How important is this $600 billion in terms of activation on Main Street?
It is important. I've heard some people saying that one of the reasons the stock market continues to perform very strongly, despite what probably is going to be a fair amount of economic pain for the Main Street, is that the two are different and have a different client base. I tend to have a slightly different view on that, and that's why I think that we might have a few bumps on the road as we move towards recovery, because precisely the Main Street is often a customer, admittedly a very fragmented customer, of the stock market or Wall Street. And that means that we do need to continue to support the Main Street in order to ensure that the whole of the economy can recover. Now, what the actual numbers are, whether it's enough, not enough, I think is somewhat open to debate, and perhaps not even really the subject which is important. The important subject is that we are seeing governments and central banks wishing to continue to support the economy and do what it takes, to quote another famous central banker, in order to ensure that the economy can pick up as we emerge from the lockdown.
You have your theme of creating value. You've already espoused that Swiss stocks and American stocks or North American stocks are perhaps your preference for creating value. Can you sectorally dissect that for me in the US narrative?
Well, I would say that the clear beneficiaries at the moment are the companies which are going to benefit from COVID-19 situation, which would perhaps lead us to healthcare companies with exposure to COVID-19 treatments or potentially vaccines, if those work. Secondly, it's going to be the companies which can benefit from the changing way that we run our lives. That explains why some of the big tech giants have been performing particularly well, different ways of working, remote working, Microsoft as a cloud solutions, for example, Amazon. Obviously, we're seeing this clear polarization of the companies which are in very good health at the moment in the US and the companies which have perhaps more questionable balance sheets and more questionable outlooks in terms of demand, and where we have a differentiated performance at the moment. So yes, there's the short-term advantages from COVID-19, and then, as I say, as we emerge, we're going to have a slightly different life probably, and that means again we're going to be thinking about companies which are going to be of importance to the consumer or to their customers. And here I'm slightly changing markets, but if I go to Switzerland, I'll be thinking about companies which can perhaps play in a better quality of work environment, better air quality, etc. And those also are likely to be benefiting from the situation at the moment. But clearly the recipe in order to be value creative in general, sort of our little mantra when we look at a company, if you like, is this a company which is exposed to growing markets, i.e. geographically or in terms of the demand of those markets? Are these companies which are investing properly in their product in order to ensure that they have high barriers to entry on that product, that their product is relevant in today's world? And lastly, are these companies which are respectful of the reputation of their company and behaving in a way where the end consumer or their customer is going to feel comfortable working with this company? And those are the type of companies which will, we believe, generate higher value creation regardless of which sector they come from.